Hi guys, this is Cambridge English IELTS 12 academic with answers. Authentic examination papers, but I have got up to pages 28 and today I'm going to practice listening test 1 or what is this 5. Oh, in this IELTS 12 there is 5 listening test. Okay, remember it's 1 or 5, it's no problem. And these are the questions of section 1 and it's section 2, section 2 and section 3 and section 4, up to 40 questions. And there is what we call this listening test in laptop. I'm going to play it on the background, and if you like this solution helpful to you, please write comments and like and shares. Okay, I hope it will be a great idea for you if you were trying to prepare for your IELTS. Okay, I'm not sure how much band score I will have later after the completion of this. Okay, let's begin. Is the
Cambridge
text.
English, IELTS 12, tests 5 to 8.
That's 5 to 8.
Published by Cambridge University Press and Cambridge English Language Assessment 2017.
Section 1, question 1 to 10,
This
comments
recording
below.
is
The easiest
copyright.
section. Okay,
CD1.
one would only family excursions.
Test 5.
Course on
You will hear a number of different recordings
take photos
and you will have to answer questions on what you hear.
by the lake and farm visit.
There will be time for you to read the instructions and
Farm
questions,
visit,
and you will have a chance to check your work.
farm visit.
All the recordings will be played
Yes,
once
40 minutes
only.
died, 40 minutes died on.
The test
Let's
is
say
in
we
4
scan
sections.
the farms, which can work.
At the end of the test, you will
By
be
the
given
lake.
10 minutes to
It is
transfer your
available
answers
at
to an answer
extra
sheet.
cost at the keyword.
Now turn
Cycling
to section
trips,
1.
cyclist explore, back road, and the keyword the explore
Section
search
1.
is
You will
provided,
hear a
or
man
let's say
inquiring in a tourist center about activities
only
suitable for families.
suitable cyclists who have
First,
some, okay,
you have
definitely
some
some plural
time to
answer
look
is
at
the singular
questions
answer.
1 to 4.
But can be hired from can be hired, what can be, and there are no recommendation in the area what is lacking, or maybe the restaurants like that. And then cost,
You will
total
see that
cost
there is an
for
example that
whole
has been
family
done
per
for
se.
you.
This is first trip
On this
and farm
occasion
visit
only,
altogether
the
2
conversation relating to
family
this
total
will be
cost.
played
So
first.
we should be very concerned on this.
Hi, can I help you?
I'd like to find out if you have any excursions suitable for families.
Sure. How about taking your
Questions are
family for a
here
cruise?
too.
We have a steamship that takes passengers out several times a day. It's over 100 years old.
It's very 100 years old and
The
old.
cruise takes place on a steamship,
100 years.
so steamship has been written in the space.
Good. Okay, let's
Now we shall begin.
get started.
You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 4.
And to 4.
Hi, can I help you?
I'd like to find out if you have any excursions suitable for families.
Sure. How about taking your family for a cruise? We have a steamship that takes passengers out several times a day. It's over 100 years old.
That sounds interesting.
I mean,
How long is the trip?
About an hour and a half. And don't forget to take pictures of the mountains.
Photos,
They're
pictures.
all around you when you're on the boat, and they look fantastic.
Okay. And I assume there's a cafe or something on board?
Sure. How old are your children?
My daughter's 15 and my son's 7.
Right. Well, there are various things you can do once you've crossed the lake to make a day of it. One thing that's very popular is a visit to the country farm. You're met off the boat by the farmer, and he'll take you to the holding pens where the sheep are kept. Children love feeding them.
My son would love that.
Excellent.
He really likes animals.
Well, there's also a 40-minute trek round the farm on a horse if he wants.
That's good.
Do you think he'd manage
40
it?
minutes
He
trip.
hasn't done that before.
40 minutes.
Sure, it's suitable for complete beginners.
Good.
And again, visitors are
good,
welcome to explore the farm on their own, as long as they take care to close gates and so on. There are some very beautiful gardens along the side of the lake, which
Along the
also
side.
belong to the farm. They'll be just at their
Along
best now. You could easily
Gardens.
spend an hour or two there.
Okay. Well,
GARDENS.
that all sounds good. And can we get lunch there?
You can,
Lunch.
and it's very good, though it's not included in the basic cost. You
not
pay when you
included.
get there.
Right.
It's lunch.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation,
LUNCS
you have
lunch.
some time to look at questions
included
5 to
in-
10.
Basic cost. With the key, this extra cost. Okay. Not included in basic cost. So tricky. It's so tricky. Okay, let's try to this pencil. It's up. And cycling trip. Cyclists explore the back roads. Is provided on a suitable of cyclists. We have some.
Now listen and
And bus can
answer
hide
questions
from-
5 to 10.
Okay, near the Corsai terminal.
So, is there anything else to do over on that side of the lake?
Well, what you can do is take a bike over on the ship and then go on a cycling trip. There's a trail there called the Back Road.
Yeah.
You could easily spend 3 or 4 hours exploring it,
to
and the
4.
scenery's wonderful. They'll give you a map when you get your
Map.
ticket for the cruise.
Good.
There's no extra
They will
charge.
give
What's the trail like in terms of difficulty?
this map.
Quite challenging in places. It wouldn't be suitable for your 7-year-old. It needs someone who's got a bit more experience.
Well, my daughter loves cycling, and
Experience.
so do I, so maybe the two of us could go, and my wife and son could stay on the farm. That might work out quite well. But we don't have bikes here. Is there somewhere we could rent them?
Yes, there's a place here in the city. It's called Ratcheson's.
I'll just make a note of that.
Ratcheson.
How do you spell it?
Ratchesons. It's just by the cruise ship
RATCHSONS.
terminal.
Okay.
Right.
You'd also need to pick up a repair kit for the bike from there to take along with you. And you'd need to take along a snack and some water. It'd be best to get those in the city.
Fine. That shouldn't be a problem. And I assume I can rent a helmet from the bike place.
Helmet.
Sure, you should definitely get that. It's a great
Helmet.
ride, but you want to be well prepared because it's very remote. You won't see any shops round there or anywhere to stay. So you need to get back
Any.
in time for the last boat.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what sort of
Remote.
prices are we looking at here?
Remote.
Let's see. That'd be 1 adult and 1 child for the cruise with farm tour. That's $117. And an adult and a child for the cruise only, so that's $214 altogether. Oh, wait a minute. How
Total.
old did you say your daughter was?
15.
Then I'm afraid it's $267 because she has to pay the
$267.
adult
He has
fare,
to pay.
which is $75
Good.
instead
Okay.
of the child fare, which is $22.
Just on back.
Sorry about that.
Section 2.
That's okay.
Okay. Section 7. Then AB. Say that let's choose correct letters. AB.
That is the end of section 1.
A new kitchen assistant.
You now have half a
According to the
minute to check your
manager,
answers.
what do most people like about the these are the keywords, okay, of your hair assistant and manager concerned about new stuffs. Bro, these are the keywords. And the manager said that they're likely to be busy for kitchen staff. Why? What is because? See the reason. And only kitchen staff who are 18 or older are allowed to. 18 year or older can use this material or this what we
Now
call
turn to section 2.
machines like that, and choose from question 15 and
Section
16.
2.
Choose two letters A to E.
You will
According to
hear a
the answer, which
restaurant
two
manager
things can
talking to
make
a
the
small
job
group of new staff
of
who are starting
assistant
work as
stressful?
kitchen assistants in a restaurant.
Stressful is the keyword. Stressful is
First,
the keyword.
you have some time to look at questions 11 to
Okay,
16.
let's see. 11 to 16. Yeah, we have already seen now. It's better to see. There is time. And questions 17 to 20. Okay, so this list it we have is written: responsibilities, training courses, food stocks, first aid, breakages, staff discounts, timetables. Restaurant staff are Joy Perkins, David Field, Dexter Wills, Mike Smith. Up to 20, yeah, there is time. Okay, let's not go ahead. Yeah, we'll have time later to scan the questions. Scan the questions.
Now listen
yeah.
carefully and
Okay.
answer questions 11 to 16.
11 to 16.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Joy Parkins, and I'm the restaurant manager.
Joy Parking.
And I understand that none of you have had any previous experience as kitchen assistants.
Yeah.
Well, you might be feeling a bit nervous now, but most of our kitchen assistants say they enjoy the work.
Enjoy the work.
Okay, they might get shouted at sometimes, but it's nothing personal.
Nothing
And
personal,
they're
variety.
pleased that they have so many different things to do, which means they never
Nothing.
get bored. And I'll
Nothing
tell you
personal.
straight away
Yeah.
that if you do well, we might think about moving you up and giving you some more responsibility. Right, well, you've all shown up on time, which is an excellent start. Now, I'm glad to see none of you have unsuitable footwear, so that's good.
Everyone is suitable
You
for
need
they
to
are
be
safe.
careful as the floors can get very wet and slippery. Those of you with long hair have got it well out of the way, but some
It's
of
not.
you'll need to remove your rings and bracelets.
Rings.
Just put them somewhere safe for today. And remember to leave them at home tomorrow, as they can be a
Bracelets,
safety hazard.
Absolutely. To A,
Now,
the
it's
answer.
going to be a busy day for you all
Delivery.
today. We don't have any tables free for this evening, and only a few for lunch. Fortunately,
restaurant is
we've
almost
got our
fully
head
booked.
chef back. He was away on holiday all last week, which meant the other chefs had extra
No public
work.
holiday.
Now, I'll tell you a bit
Let
more
us
about the
also-
job in a
no,
minute.
he is back.
But first, some general regulations. For all of you, whatever your age, there's some equipment you mustn't use until you've been properly trained. Like the waste disposal system, for example, for health and safety reasons. Then I think there are two of you here who are under 18.
Under 18.
That's Emma and Jake, isn't it? Right. So for you two, the meat slicer is out of bounds. And of
Meat
course, none
slicer.
of you are allowed to use the electric mixer until you've been shown how it works.
Yeah.
Now, you may have heard that this can be a stressful job. And I have to say that can be
Stressful
true.
job.
You'll be working an 8-hour day for the first week.
No.
Though you'll have the chance to do overtime after that as well if you want to.
No.
But
And this is,
however long the hours are, you'll get a break in the middle. What
they
you will
have to
find is that you're
answer.
on your feet all day long, lifting and carrying. So, if you're not fit now, you soon will be. You'll find you don't have much chance to take it easy. When someone tells you to do something, you need to do it straight away.
Straight away,
But at
immediately.
least we do have a very efficient air conditioning
correct
system
answer.
compared with some
Okay.
kitchens.
No. Okay.
Before
Just
you
A
hear
and
the
E.
rest of the talk,
A and E.
you have some time to look at
Okay.
questions 17 to 20.
Now 17 to 20. Let's turn the face. Training courses, food stock, first aid, breakages, staff discount, timetables.
Now listen and answer questions 17 to 20.
Now, let me tell you about some of the people you need to know. So, as I said, I'm Joy Parkins, and I decide who does what during the day and how long they work for.
Yes,
I'll be trying to
definitely
get you to
timetable.
work with as many different people in the kitchen as possible, so
Timetable.
that you learn while you're on the job. One person whose name you must remember is David Field. If you injure yourself at all, even if it's really minor, you must report to him, and he'll make sure the incident is recorded and you get the appropriate treatment.
Yes,
He's trained to give basic treatment to staff himself, or he'll send you off somewhere else if necessary. Then there's Dexter Wills. He's the person you need to see if you smash a plate or something like that. Don't just leave it and hope no one will notice. It's really important to get things noted and replaced, or there could be problems later. And finally, there's Mike Smith. He's the member of staff who takes care of all the stores of perishables. So, if you notice we're getting low in flour or sugar or something, make sure you let him know so he can put in an order.
Good, it's food stuff.
Okay, now the next thing we need to...
That is the end of section 2.
Okay.
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Section 3. How? Section 3, questions 21 to 30, questions 21 to 23 to the correct letter ABC paper on the public libraries. What will be the main topic? Be the main topic of Toddy and Sweetword paper, Toddy and Sweetword paper. And they agree that one disadvantage of pre-digitalized book is that, and Sweetword expects that in the future library
Section 3.
Okay, these are the keywords.
You will hear two students called Trudy and Stuart, who are both studying to be librarians,
24 to 30.
discussing a paper that they are going to write together. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 23.
Together. It's together. Let's see. History of local library. It has not started. Possible questions. No.
Now listen
It
carefully
has
and answer questions
similar.
21 to
What is
23.
the answer?
Okay, Stuart. We need to start planning our paper on public libraries. Have you thought of an angle yet?
Well, there's so much we could look into. How libraries have changed over the centuries, for instance, or how different countries organise them. What do you think, Trudy?
Maybe we should concentrate on this country and try and relate the changes in libraries to external developments, like the fact that far more people can read than a century ago, and that the local population may speak lots of different languages.
We could include something about changes in the source of funding, too.
Yes, but remember we're only supposed to write a short paper, so it's probably best if we don't go into funding in any detail.
Right.
Not.
Well, shall we just brainstorm a few ideas to get started?
Society
Okay.
reported.
We obviously need to look at the impact of new technology, particularly the internet. Now that lots of books are being digitalised, people can access them from their own computers at home.
And if everyone did that, libraries would be obsolete.
Yes.
But the digitalised books that are available online for free are mostly out of copyright, aren't they? And copyright in this country lasts for 70 years after the author dies. So you won't find the latest bestseller or up-to-date information.
That's an important point. Anyway, I find it hard to concentrate when I'm reading a long text on a screen. I'd much rather read a physical book. And it takes longer to read on a screen.
Oh, I prefer it. I suppose it's just a personal preference.
I expect the libraries will go on evolving in the next few years. Some have already become centres where community activities take place, like local clubs meeting there. I think that'll become even more common.
I'd like to think so. And that they'll still be serving their traditional function, but I'm not so sure.
You're not sure.
There are financial implications after all.
Financial.
What I'm afraid will happen is that books and magazines will all disappear and there'll just be
No
rows
longer
and rows of
contain books.
computers.
The
They
books.
won't look anything like the libraries we used
Magazines,
to.
something.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. And the answer, okay.
Before you hear the rest of the discussion,
So,
you have some time
is
to look at
affected
questions
by
24
laws
to 30.
affected regarding all aspects of how design needs to take the customers into account. What is required in case of accidents, and why famous persons, novel or any literary or library located in the library, and let's say special something or paper like that, whether it has a local organizations.
Now listen and
how it's
answer
different
questions 24
from
to
library.
30.
Okay.
I've just had an idea. Why don't we make an in-depth study of our local public library as background to our paper?
Yes, that'd be interesting. And raise all sorts of issues. Let's make a list of possible things we could ask about, then work out some sort of structure. For instance, we could interview some of the staff and find out whether the library has its own budget or if that's
own
controlled by the
budget.
local council.
And what their policies are. I know they don't allow food,
budget.
but I'd love to find out what types of noise they ban. There always seems to be a lot of talking, but never music. I don't know if that's a policy or it just happens.
I've often wondered. Then there are things like how the library is affected by employment laws. I
Employment
suppose there are
affected.
rules about working hours, facilities for staff and so on.
Right. Then there are other issues relating to the design of the building and how customers use it. Like, what measures does the library take to ensure their safety? They'd need floor coverings that aren't slippery, and emergency exits, for
Safety.
instance. Oh, and another thing. There's the question of the kind of insurance the library needs to have in
Insurance.
case anyone gets injured.
Yes, that's something else to find out.
INSURAN.
Do you know something I've often wondered?
What's that?
Well, you know they've got an archive of local newspapers going back years.
Yeah.
Well, next to it, they've got the diary of a well-known politician from the late 19th century. I wonder why it's there.
Well-known
Do
politician.
you know what his connection was
Chandra.
to this area?
No idea. Let's add it to our list of things to find out. I just thought, you know, people might ask in the library about local organisations like sports clubs. Well, I wonder if they keep a database or
As
whether
a
they just look
database.
online.
Right. I quite fancy finding out what the differences are between a library that's open to the public and one that's part of a museum, for example. They must be very different.
Museum. How it's different from a library in a museum.
That is the
Yes,
end of
museum.
section 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Section 4. So when has this stopped? Okay. In listening. Section 12. Yes. Some pages have been taken. Yeah, they have not been well staged. That's section 4. No more than 2 words. 4 business values. Many business
Now turn to section
values
4.
can result in senior managers need to
Section
understand
4.
senior managers need to understand and deal
You
with
will
the
hear part of a
potential
lecture for business
understand deal with
students
the result
about business values.
collaboration during training. Of course, the speaker was in team that
First,
had built
you have
up.
some time to look at questions
Single
31
answer.
to 40.
Other teams experienced from trying to collaborate. The speakers team on because they reduce collaboration. Yeah, collaboration has defect. And cells of A absolutely is cells of A were poor because of collaboration. What was poor? Okay, any particular item or something like that. And industriousness, hard work may be bad use of various companies. Bad use of various company. What is the answer? The word lazy in this context refers to the people who avoid tasks that are avoid, do not like. Yeah. Don't like. Let's
Now
guess.
listen carefully and answer
Creativity. An
questions
advertising
31 to
campaign for
40.
again singular answer. Was memorable
In
but failed.
public
Was
discussion of
memorable but
business,
failed
we
to
take certain values
research.
for granted. Today, I'm going to talk about 4 of them. Collaboration, hard work, creativity, and excellence.
I
Most people would say they're all good things. I'm going to suggest that's an oversimple view. The trouble with these values is that they're theoretical concepts removed from the reality of day-to-day business. Pursue values by all means, but be prepared for what may happen as a result.
As a
They
result.
can actually cause damage,
Damage.
which is not at all the intention.
DAMA.
Business leaders generally try to do the right thing, but all too often the right thing backfires if those leaders adopt values without understanding and managing the side effects that arise.
Managing side effects.
The values can
SID
easily get in the way of what's actually intended.
AFFECTS side effects.
Okay, so the first value I'm going to discuss is collaboration.
Collaboration.
Let me give you an example. On a management training course I once attended, we were put into groups and had to construct a bridge across a stream using building blocks that we were given.
Went to construct
The
a
rule
bridge.
was that everyone in the team had to move at least one building block during the construction.
Yeah.
This was intended to encourage teamwork. But it was really a job best done by one person. The other teams tried to collaborate on building the structure and descended into confusion with
descended
everyone
into
getting in each other's
confusion.
way. Our team leader solved the
CONFUS.
challenge brilliantly. She simply asked everyone in the team to move a
Confusion.
piece a few centimeters to
Descended
comply with the
or
rule,
something that word.
and then let the person in the team with an aptitude for puzzles like this build it alone. We finished before any other team. My point is that the task wasn't really suited to team working, so why make it one? Teamwork can also lead to inconsistency, a common cause of poor sales.
Sales.
In the case of a smartphone that
in the
a
case
certain
of a
company
smartphone.
launched, one director wanted to target the
Smart.
business market, and
Phone.
another demanded it was aimed at consumers.
Smartphone.
The company wanted both directors to be involved, so gave the product a consumer-friendly name, but marketed it to companies. The result was that it met the needs of neither group. It would have been better to let one director or the other have his way, not both. Now, industriousness or hard work.
Good.
It's easy to mock people who say they work hard. After all, a hamster running around in a wheel is working hard and getting nowhere. Of course, hard work is valuable, but only when properly targeted. Otherwise, it wastes the resources that companies value
Waste.
most, time and energy. And that's bad for the organisation.
RESOURCES. Resources. Yeah.
There's a management model that
Yes,
groups
resources.
people according to 4 criteria. Clever, hardworking, stupid, and lazy. Here, lazy means having a rational determination not to carry out unnecessary tasks.
Text that are
It doesn't mean trying to avoid work
unnecessary.
altogether. Most people display 2
N-E-
of these characteristics,
N-E-C-E-
and the most valuable people
S-S-
are those who are both clever
A-R-Y
and
or
lazy.
not
They
necessary.
possess intellectual clarity, and they don't rush into making decisions.
Any word is
They come up with solutions to
You
save
can
the
write
time
any
and
word.
energy spent
Unnecessary
by the
nothing.
stupid and hard-working group.
still here.
Instead of
Text
throwing
words.
more man-hours at a problem, the clever and lazy group looks for a more effective solution.
Yeah.
Next, we come to creativity.
Yeah.
This often works well. Creating an attention-grabbing TV commercial, for example, might lead to increased sales. But it isn't always a good thing. Some advertising campaigns are remembered for their creativity without having any effect on sales.
Good.
This happened a few years ago with the launch of a chocolate bar.
Chocolate bar.
Subsequent research showed that plenty of consumers remembered the adverts, but had no idea what was being
Bar.
advertised.
chocolate
The trouble
bar.
is that the creator derives pleasure from coming up with the idea and
It
wrongly
should be
assumes
used
the audience for the campaign will
as a
share that
response to a
feeling.
particular, as a response to a
A
particular.
company that brings out thousands of new products may seem more creative than a company that only has a few, but it may be too creative and make smaller profits. Creativity needs to be targeted
It used to be,
solve a problem that the company has identified. Just coming up with more and
Problem
more novel
identified.
products
Particular
isn't
problem.
necessarily a good thing.
Particular problem.
And finally,
What?
excellence.
Yes, excellent.
We all know companies that claim they strive for excellence, but it takes a long time to achieve excellence.
To the study.
In business,
On
being
average,
first with
business
a product is more profitable than having the
far higher
best
than
product.
the other plus.
A major study of company performance compared pioneers, that is, companies bringing out the first version of a particular product, with followers, the companies that copied and improved on that product. The study found that the pioneers commanded an average market share of 29%,
Average market share.
while the followers achieved less than half
Market
that, only
SHA,
13%, even
average
though their
share.
product
Average
might
is
have
here.
been better.
Average is here. Market
Insisting
share.
on excellence in everything we do is time-consuming, wastes energy, and leads to losing out on opportunities.
Yeah.
Sometimes second-rate work is more
the end
worthwhile than
now.
excellence. Make sure
time
it's
to-
excellent. Sounds like a good approach to business.
Check the
But the
answers.
just get started approach is likely to be more
Now I'm going
successful.
to check my answers. These
That
are the
is the end of
questions.
section 4.
Okay.
You now have half a
Let's check the
minute to
answers.
check your answers.
Let's check the answers. Okay. The answers may be given here. Let's see. Sure, why not? Answers are here. Good. First, mountains, horse, gardens, launch, map, experience, RAT, CHESONS, helmet, shops, 267. It's mountains, correct. Horse, correct. Gardens, correct. Launch is also correct. Map, correct. Experience, correct. Spelling RATCHESONS. What is that? RATCHESONS. RATCHESONS, correct. Yeah. Then there is helmet, and there is shops. Then 267. Helmet, shops, 267. All, yeah, 10. Let's see, it's tricky here. 11, 11A, 12A, 13C, 14C. 11A correct, 12A correct, 13C correct, 14C correct. And 15 and 16 AE. In either order, yeah, AE, yeah, your answers will be correct whether you write E or A. No order, any order is required. So is 16 upon 16 is something wonderful. And here is 17F, 18C, 19D, 20B. Is 17F, 19C, 18C, and 19D, B, FCDB, FCDB, correct. Yeah, 20 over 20 now. Oh, I may lose marks here in this section. 21B, 22C, 23C. B correct, C correct, C correct. Yeah, and 24 budget, employment, safety, insurance, diary, database, museum. It's budget, employment, safety, insurance, diary, database, museum. Oh, it's really wonderful. Oh no. Yeah, let's see in this section some mistakes may come here. Okay, 31 damage, 32 side effects. 31 damage and side effects. Damage, side effects. Had to construct a bridge confusion, and there is smartphone. There is smartphone. Smartphone written to single word. Smartphone can be double words, no problem. 2 words. Here is the instruction. Then there is resources. Yeah, 36 resources. Here is also resources. Unnecessary, not necessary, any word is good. And then what is next? Chocolate bar. Chocolate bar. Problem. Here it's 39 problem of. And what the last? Market share. Oh, market share. All. It's really wonderful. 40 upon 40. Is there any mistake? No mistake at all. It's 40. Yeah. All answers are correct. All answers are correct. It's really wonderful. It's really wonderful. It's really astounding what exactly is. Yeah, all answers. Yeah, it's complete. 40 upon 40. These are the answers. Within 36 minutes we have completed all. And if you like this and if it is helpful to you, please write comments on inbox and have shares and subscribe it. Okay, I'll be trying the next test in next day. Thank you very much.